Hey guys, this is take 2 of chapter 16 where we last left off. I was telling the hero and Vincent that the aliens told me that the crystal of rubies could help us find our third friend who was missing. So I will read to y'all. Hands up. Oh no. Check if this is all right. It's fine. One time I went to bed and dreamt that I'm near a quarry. Hey, we're all here, guys. Well, most of us anyway, the hero says. Now, I should explain in a previous dream that was too short and too weird to recount. I told the hero and Vincent about how the aliens said that we should find the black crystal of rubies to find Eric. They all agreed with me and said that they were going to have their other friend handle the researching, which he doesn't show up much, but his name is Lawrence. Anyway, now that we're here at the entrance of a quarry. The adventure begins when the hero explains to me that the crystal of rubies is across the quarry, lying in a thick forest, and there is no way around it. It kind of reminds me of Dora the Explorer, where it's like through the mountains, under the hill, and past the bridge, and in the river. but, uh, the quarry looks a lot like what the quarry used to look like in my city, and I was having a lot of fun exploring it because there is a quarry in my city where they redid it into a shopping center, but they keep pictures of what it used to look like on the walls of the shops and the buildings, and because it's historical and it's there in black and white. It's really cool. They even keep some of the train equipment there. The rocks are white and the ground is composed of loose rock, and yes, in my dreams I have trouble keeping my balance. It is sunny and we are silent as me, the hero, and Vincent charge through. Hey, look, a bone! The hero stoops down and picks up a bone from off the ground. Seriously, who does that? It's a giant femur bone. The rocks under it started shaking, which scared the hero, which made him drop it. The rest of the human skeleton materialized, and it stood in the middle of the three of us. I screamed. That was unexpected. Oh, it feels good to freak someone out. Sorry was at your expense, the skeleton spoke in a raspy-sounding voice. He towered above us three. Who are you? Vince spoke up. Me? Why, I'm Hands Up. You folks are on the trail to the crystal of rubies. Rubies? Hands Up jumped from one person to the next, saying in the skeleton-like, You see, when I was living on the streets, I would get a gun and point it at people. He made a gesture with his fingers so it looked like a pistol. Then I'd shout, Put your hands up! Like this, see? And he darted to the hero with his fingers, like that, which is crazy. So Vincent grabbed a big stick like a club and sideswiped Hands Up in the ribs, whacking him. He clattered apart like a puzzle back to the rocky ground. Vincent glared to see what he'd do. The hero was silent. I was watching as well, of course. Like, we're all watching. He reassembled again and stood up. Now that I think about it, he sounded like a xylophone. Easy, easy, fellas. So serious. I guess I better jump to the point. Any visitors to the Black Crystal have to check through me. I haven't seen people in years. This little curse I'm in came about when I tried to rob the bringers of the crystal, to scare anybody who came. It's my job. And while he was still talking, I woke up. I forgot to mention that when he assembled the second time, he came up with one of those hats. So random. On with the next dream. Well, obviously, this was inspired by media portrayals of skeletons. I don't usually have skeletons in my dreams. I have bones, not like full up skeletons. This one is called The Crystal of Rubies. One time, I went to bed and dreamt that I'm at the edge of a dark, scary forest. It is dark green, so naturally when I walk in it's kind of cold. I hear my name being called, and up ahead of me are my imaginary friends. Vincent's holding a well-worn map. Imaginary friends, like my brother says that they're my 16 personalities. Like, the MBTI test. It's funny. Vincent's holding a well-worn map. The trees are dark brown, and the canopy of leaves over us are so thick that the sun cannot pierce it. There is something ominous looming. So when I approached the guys, with the hero violently shushing Vincent, he looked up at me and held a finger up to his lips, saying, Be quiet, he whispered. What? Shh! He hissed. We can't say anything above a whisper in this forest. And when I looked, something was coming closer. It was like a monster in the shadows. Like, you talk above a whisper, and the monsters just show up. So, They both looked disturbed, so I kept my mouth shut. I tried to look as serious as they did, as if we would move any faster if we did that. With so Vincent looked at the map again and pointed in a direction which we walked after unquestioningly. I stopped trying to look serious because now I was just confused. We hiked a long way going this way and that, and we came across a certain tree or some kind of path or large stone where we had to stop and let Vince look at the map again, and we carried on. So finally one of us spoke, above a whisper, and then the black creature would be like behind the hero or me, and then we finally narrowly escaped an encounter, which those things could eat you. Like one of them, they opened its mouth and there was all these teeth, but inside was like a chasm. But we got away because we all kept quiet and just walked away. So, they don't have eyes. It's like it's black. It would show up completely, but sometimes it would be partially caught in the thicket of trees. It would like come from the shadows of the thickets. So eventually we reached our destination. It was the only place with a little shaft of sunlight. There was a stone square in the grass it was kind of large. It was being overgrown. There was probably more structure to it, but I didn't care that much. We were all searching, but somehow I knew exactly where the crystal was. I knelt down, and in the grass was the black crystal. I picked it up, and I said, "I found it," forgetting I wasn't supposed to talk. And if they said anything to me, I didn't notice much, but as far as I knew, they were looking. And so the crystal was oval-shaped. It was heavy and about the size of a large palm. It was shimmering like stress putty and slime that had been hardened into a rock. You know when you mix galaxy slime and all those colors and it sort of blends and makes a grayish black? That's kind of like what it was. It even had a little bit of glitter. So I looked. "Let me see," the hero said, smiling that I found it. Of course he was whispering. I looked at it a little more. "No," I said. "The crystal has power." "What?" he whispered, stunned. Vincent looked uneasy, as if something was wrong, because something was wrong. "I felt the power." I said, "I have power," I said in full voice. I stretched my arms to the others I stretched out my arm with the other holding the crystal to a stretch of bare earth. Immediately a tree shoot appeared and started growing in unfathomable glory. And without fathom. Mega mind, you know. Whatever. Growing it was so much easier holding the crystal. Growing the tree was so much easier holding the crystal. I panted like a maniac and scanned the tree I had just grown. It was oak, but something just seemed off. It felt as if the tree had just sprung out of a disorderly chasm, but it was power. I heard the hero tell Vincent he was going to stop me. I turned my head to them, and the hero's wide-eyed appearance of being surprised. Vincent obviously held him back, saying to him, "Leave her alone. Let's just see what happens." He was angry. He was disappointed in me. They both kept their distance and just watched. I smiled. I wasn't myself. My hair was black, not brown, not red. It was black. Subconsciously, I walked slowly into a portal that was opened out of nowhere, and the dream switched. That tree I grew was completely black. It was the same color of the creatures. Now, I was in a stone courtyard. In the middle of it was a black-robed, black-hooded figure. "You have the crystal now, huh?" he said. His voice sounded familiar. "Yes," I said, putting the crystal in my pocket. "Excellent," he said. "Magic is powerful," he said, lifting a sleeved arm. He moved his fingers rhythmically. Portals opened. And now that I think about it, he kind of looked like that Kermit meme where he's talking to another Kermit and he's wearing a black robe and he's all shady and comes to the dark side. But this was before I knew the meme, so like, does that even count? I don't know. "Yes," I said, whispering some spells. I also opened portals. Shadows danced and swayed as we played with our magic. "The spells are wonderful," he said. As I slowly realized what I was doing, my head got lower and lower because I was getting more and more ashamed. I said I would never do magic, I thought hard. So what am I doing now? The crystal of rubies must be evil. I just went on a whole power trip. Yeah, I stumbled over words to the black figure. He laughed and concentrated on another spell. So I decided I better leave. Excuse me, I lost my place. I guess with magic, I was suddenly on the other side of the courtyard and walked out. There was a river with a lot of grass on the bank, and I stared at the water for a long time, noticing that it was moving fast with muddy bluish water. I reached in my pocket, took out the crystal, and threw it in. It fell with a satisfying sound of glop. It was carried off a little while sinking. Well, that's done. That was a dud, I thought. I just completely ruined it. I thought, and I walked off into the city where I woke up. It was only after I woke up that... Oh, wait. Then I realized the tree I had grown was completely black. Oh, that's it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that video. That story. It was a little bit of adventure. Just a little bit. I keep bumping into my desk. Don't tell my mom. Thank you all for listening to that. I'm going to go now and probably eat dinner. There's like, my mind's going blank now. That means I'm hungry. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and follow for more videos. And check out my other videos when y'all have the chance, and maybe some of these odd stories will make sense. Subscribe to Ava Street Chronicles. Bye-bye.